things I think you should know about last week is, first, you have to have a basic understanding of trust, what a trust is. Because everything is operating under a trust, and we're under the laws of bankruptcy. Everything's under bankruptcy, so everything's under trust, which is bills of exchange. All a dollar bill is a promissory note. All a dollar bill is a promissory note. I promise to pay at a later date, so everything's debt. And it's important to begin to understand these things because they're trying to shut down the corporate world, as it appears to me. This is all my first-hand knowledge and beliefs. But how these people have been able to hand their wealth down from generation to generation to generation is by acquiring assets. That's what you call things that create revenue for you, or that continue to have a value. They create assets and they protect them by making it private property and protecting it by a trust, including a corporation and the revenue that corporations generate. So, last week, I went over why it's important to create your irrevocable trust, which is a business trust, which the IRS does not recognize. That's where you won't find it in their definitions, but you can find it within the state. But create your irrevocable business trust and create a family or foreign trust within the state. So you're creating a trust company within the state. In Florida, it costs $350. And when they set up the corporation, it's going to appear to be a C corporation. And the benefit of doing this is so you can build business credit. In order to begin to build business credit, you're going to need a business address, which we went over. iPostal1.com. You can create a business address, and this is a virtual address. You're going to need a business phone number. You can also get this at iPostal1.com or go to GoDaddy.com. You're going to need a business email address. You're going to need a website. You're also going to need the EIN as well. You create the EIN as an irrevocable trust or C corporation in the IRS, and this is free. You're also going to need a business bank account. Once you have all this established, you can apply for a Dun and Bradstreet number, DMB number. Now, after all this is established, you're going to want to start creating net 30 accounts, at least 3 to 5, starting off. Net 30 accounts. Utilizing your DMB number. Can everybody hear me? If you have your video, I'll put a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. Everybody can hear me. That's just you, Mark. There's always latecomers in the class. I apologize. It's always like this. No matter where you go, I apologize. My apologies. There's always people having technical difficulties at home. I literally just got inside when I started this chat. But I always prepare for this video. I help people do this every day before I started come public with it. But as a C corporation, because the way I'm showing you guys is how to do it as a C corporation, you're able to give out stock. You're able to give out stock. You're going to have a certain number of shares. I always put 100 because that's something I can manage in my head pretty easily. Always put that out 100 stocks, and then you can do like 100 other stocks. Like you don't even have to give out a full stock at all. So I gave you a picture of a stock. Um, and this is of a company just showing. It just shows what a stock is, and it shows you the CUSIP number. Why people actually, because a lot of people come to me from the private side, learn about the fraud and private. You learn about what a CUSIP number really is and why it's important. So you should want to learn about stocks and corporations before you really try to dig deep on the private side. You want to know the public side first. So that's why I tell people, like, in order to understand joy, you have to go through pain first. So in order to understand the light, you have to understand the darkness first. So in order to really rely on your understanding, that's going through life and wisdom. So they operate on book smarts. They revert back to books. So to me, that's considered the dark side. So learn the book side first. Then learn how to rely on your understanding as well, because you already know it's true. You already know it's fiction. You already know man made this up. You're going to have to learn it. But that's the stock, so learn stocks. Then the corporate credit secrets. This says month 2. But really what I want you guys, once you have it established, you have to make sure that you set up these net 30 accounts. So I'm going to put some, see if I can put these in the chat. Granger will be one of the first accounts I would establish. You can do whatever corporation you want. Somebody said, why not an S corp? I can't tell you what corporation to do. But when you just set it up as a trust corporation, it's going to show up on the public side as a C corp. So that's why I'm showing people C corp. Set it up as a trust corporation. When I'm telling you, it's going to show up as a C corp by default. So the first one net 30 account I would utilize. We got quill.com. We got seton.com. We got uline.com. And there's like strategic networks too. These are like one of the first 5 I would rock with. These are the first 5 I would utilize. So we got Granger.com, Quill.com, seton.com, uline.com, and strategic networks. And these are all net 30 accounts. You're gonna have to download something. It's gonna cost you like $80. You're gonna have to buy something first for like $80 to establish the account. You have 30 days to pay it back. Now, when it comes to the business account, once you got these accounts showing, they'll give you $2,000 credit limit on each of them. So this would be $10,000 reported for you once you pay that money. So we got, what is it, 80, 60, 240. This is like 500. It's like $500. Less than $500. 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 240. Yeah, it's $400. 5 of them for $400. $400 gets you $10,000 worth of business credit. Important when you're done to meet. Now, once you got this, I'm gonna type these in the chat too. Apply for a Chasing card, business card, Capital One Spark. All these people are gonna group American Express business, and city business. Also, if you bank with Wells Fargo, this is also a good bank to start. And Bank of America. They already have their own business credit cards established for you. But what you got, 5 of these reporting. I mean, utilize like you can use $20. You could like start small. Once you get that $2,000, just don't go crazy. Just order a little bit of stuff. Like most of the stuff you won't even need, just get it. Just to get those reporting on the business for you. That's what the credit sequence goes through. That's what that PDF is going through. Going over. I'm gonna go over more trust stuff today. You have to understand trust. And once you start acquiring stuff, you're gonna want to understand trust. And also, once you get credit cards, you utilize your business, your actual business, your website. Because once you get your website up, how you accept the currency will be like Stripe, Square, PayPal, authorized.net, avenues of that nature. This is how, if you needed cash, you go ahead and utilize your credit, become a customer, or just gift it. Accept donations on your website and gift it. Because now every corporation or website is donations and gifts. Set up your LLC. So I'm not trying to throw you guys off on, but if you set up another business, a private bank as an LLC, or another corporation, however you want to do it, man, whatever you see the benefits of, you could give that corporation stock for them to give you a loan of cash. This makes sense. Once you get stuff reporting, once you get a currency flowing, instead of everything's a gift. Everything's a gift. So if I grab a loan or something from my private bank, if I grab a loan from my LLC, from my C Corp, we're establishing a C Corp right now. Once you get a currency generated, you can actually have the LLC be the bank that your money's going to. And you can have your Stripe or your Square or your PayPal attached to your LLC. So now this is a holding company for your corporation. I hope this makes sense to you guys. So when it's a holding corporation, all it does is, you can give it stock and it can give you money. Or you can have it loan you money. Like, this is how people get around taxes. You always have a holding company. Or you can do it the other way around. You have another corporation give you stock, you give them the money. Like, because anytime it's a gift or an investment, it's not under their tax. It falls under a whole different jurisdiction. It applies to a whole different ballgame. But everything's a gift, though. This is how we do it. Everything's a gift. And a trust can always hold your assets. You can make it You can make the trust company, or you can make a whole different private trust, as long as you keep records. It's all about what's on the books. Yes. When you create a holding trust, that's actually, if you put it on the private side, in order for it to be on the public side, or to be recognized on the public side, the holding trust, somebody asked, could you do it with a holding trust? A holding trust is actually a holding company name, because certain jurisdictions don't understand trust. So you just say a holding company, and they'll see that it's managed or operated by a trust. What I want to go over is the exchanging procedures. This is what we're going over today. This is why it's important to understand trust. Okay. Conveying property to the trust in exchange for BICs, or beneficial interest certificates. When you or another party wants to transfer property into the trust organization in exchange for BICs, you take on the role of exchanger, who will do the following. Exchanger is a title. The exchanger will submit a written proposal to the managing director or to the board of trustees regarding the property you would like to transfer into the UBO, the unincorporated business organization, known as a common law trust, in exchange for a specified number of beneficial interest certificates. The board of trustees then meet, evaluate your proposal, and either accept it as submitted, agreeing to the requested number of shares, etc., or the board requests more information or make a counter proposal subject to certain conditions. The managing director or directors in submitting such a proposal shall always get the board's approval for final acceptance of the proposal. Upon agreement of the potential exchanger and the board of trustees, the exchanger transfers the property to the trust organization and receives beneficial interest certificates. If you don't have nobody to help you with this, then you would just create other corporations, DBA names, for yourself that you manage, or the power of attorney over, or the authorized representative over. So you have to learn how to role play. So starting off, you will be the board of directors. You will have to put this stuff on paperwork. But it makes sense when you bring people in. You know, you can do it you can do it just like this. You can do it over the phone. There's so many different ways to hold board and trust me. Somebody put, can a trust hold the property assets of a C corporation? That's exactly what we're talking about. The trust always holds the property and assets of any corporation. Always put it in a trust. It always holds the assets, or it actually acquires the assets of every corporation. Always put it in the trust name. And this is what's going to get the trust network. Upon agreement of the potential exchanger and the board of trustees, the beneficiary, the exchanger transfers the property to the trust organization and receives beneficial interest certificates. So if property is real estate, then we need a quick claim deed, valid in most states, or a grant or warranty deed is applicable. The exchanger deeds the property as follows. The name of the trust, created on the date, with the lowercase name as the original trustee. Or if it's a corporation, you make a corporation trustee. This is what they do. You know, on the private side, if you get a mortgage or something, there's always a deed of trust, or there was. They appoint these corporations or these banks as the trustee, the original trustee, or the heir of the estate. This is why it's important to understand these trusts. I got to take you to the corporate side. I'm on the corporate side first, so you can understand the private. All y'all that's here on the private side. So if a personal property creates a simple exchange agreement, such as a bill of sale, invest the property in the name of the trust, that's the same as the real estate vesting above. A transfer of a sole proprietorship is a transfer of personal property. When recording the real estate grant deed or quit claim deed, you will be asked to file a preliminary change of ownership report for the county assessor's use. You state that you have placed your property in the trust in your own benefit for estate planning purposes, and you have retained beneficial interests. Therefore, the property will not be considered a sale and not subject to reappraisal by the county assessor. All property exchanged or conveyed in the trust must be entered on Schedule A or an addendum to Schedule A. If you look at the documents I provided, you're going to see a promissory note. This is for trust. Then the grant deed, this is how you would record it with the county deeds office. And then your own mortgage. Create your own mortgage. So these are things they understand. You have to do it in the ways they understand. This is why people are getting lost out here and messing up. Then there's the bill of sale of personal property. Bill of sale of business assets. Well, I'm showing you how to put this in your business trust. There's another bill of sale. There's a proposal. Now, you always have to have the proposal to exchange property for the trust beneficial interest certificates. This is like your stock within the trust. I'm going to read this to you guys. So here's the proposal. To exchange property for trust beneficial interest certificates. So once you get the property in the trust, you get an exchange, the certificate. You get a stock certificate. But we're calling them beneficial interest certificates. Does this make sense? So when you buy a car in the state, that's within the state's trust, and they give you a title, which is really just a beneficial interest certificate. It's a certificate. Certificate stands for title owner or certificate. It shows the owner, it's property. Someone asked, would you file the proposal like with minutes? You file the proposal with yourself, your private trust. That's why it's important. If you have somebody as a board of trustees, you should have a notary on deck. They can just stamp everything for you. Or you have your own corporate seal. This is all private meetings. You don't need nobody there except people with you. 2 or 3, man, that's it. Make sure one's a notary. It's nothing. Then if you can't get nobody as a notary, you need to go ahead and order the stamps and stuff and create your own private jurisdiction. That's why I have my own private tribe. We got our own seals, we got our own crests, we got our own flags. I'll put one in the forum right now, one of my flags that we utilize. Here's one flag. Make your own flags. I'm giving y'all the game, man. I'm going to give y'all the game. Just study. Study this stuff. Once you learn it on the corporate side, sometimes it takes 8 or 9 times. Don't worry about it. We're human. We hard-headed. Make sure you take the time to do it. Make sure you take the time to do it. You learn the BS. You're no longer a slave. You can tell yourself that I am master. You are now a governor. You are now a creator. Tell yourself this daily. Affirm it in the mirror. Affirm it to yourself. I am a governor. I'm a creator. I'm a governor. I'm a creator. I can think outside the box. I can think outside the squares. I remove all planes. I remove all boxes from my presence. Say this daily. Affirm it daily. True bond or true trust in commerce is one with your higher power, higher self. Once you create your own trust, just start dibbling dabbling with it. Once you create it, it's going to create its own energy. It's going to create its own momentum. I promise you, just do it. Then get more people on it. You know, Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution, they have like 40 or 50 people deep. So we just got to come together, man. But it starts at home now, right now. Just learn it, start at home, and then we all going to come together, man. That's what's going to happen. Don't even worry about it. I'm coming through, man. We're the 14th family, so don't even worry about it. We done knocking, learning stuff, and then we're going to take what's ours. That's just what it is. Reclaim what's yours. Prosperity is your birthright. Point blank, period. Is yours. You're a governor. You're a creator. Now, the proposal. It says to the Board of Trustees, and this is going to be to the name of your trust. Right now, if you don't have nobody, you are the Board of Trustees. So create different names, man. You got to play alter egos. You've been wearing masks out there anyways, man. Create some more new masks, man, and name them all. You can put the telephone number on there and the address. Make sure you put your C Corporation telephone number and the address, the one you created for your business already. Dear Board of Trustees, after considering the benefits of transferring property into the above-named trust, I have concluded that in exchange of certain properties, the trust beneficial interest certificates hold a promise of attractive future benefits. This offer is, therefore, submitted for your consideration. I herein propose to exchange the following property for a minimum of how many trust beneficial interest certificates you're given. Further, it is understood that such an exchange would be neither a gift nor a sale, but a tax-deferred exchange. If this meets with board approval, and if indeed the board feels that such an exchange will create future profits for the organization, please reply with the directions on how to proceed. Then you put the description of the property, existing liens against the property, if any. Basis in the property for tax consideration is unknown. If you need further clarification respectively, the above additional information will be made available at your request. Your immediate response will be appreciated. Thank you. Sincerely, you signed and dated. Anybody that's the Board of Trustees. Then we got independent worker agreements. This is set up for corporations or even workers, but it's really corporations because everybody's a corporation. So you got the independent worker agreements. And you can do this with yourself and the social if you choose so. And it goes down to specific limited authority and general provisions. It breaks down all the rules, go through them. Consideration and protection of the law. And it shows federal or state laws with Supreme Court decisions. All right? And all you need is you to sign it, and the managing directors and trustees. Trust principle. Also on there is a certification of execution of irrevocable, true peer irrevocable trust organization agreement. This is another irrevocable trust for you, just for your business. Just for your business. People will charge you $2 grand, $3 grand, easy for this. Most attorneys won't even give it to you. They want to put you on type of different trusts. It's going to bind you and your corporation. And then we have all the supporting information. Then legal, so let's read this. This is what validates unincorporated business trust. In the unincorporated business organization trust, the object is not to hold and convert particular property with incidental powers, as in the traditional type of trust, but to provide a medium for conducting business and sharing of business gains. If you're following along, this is on page 16. Thus, the trust may be created by which persons become associated for dealing in real estate, the development of trust for land, the construction of improvement, and the purchase, management, and sales of property for dealing in securities or other personal property, or commerce, other source of business dealings in securities or other personal property. Where those who become beneficial interested either by joining in the plan at the outset or by later participation according to the terms of agreement, seek to share the advantage of the union of the interest in the common enterprise. These are all Supreme Court decisions that support business trust. Then we got the asset protection feature of the unincorporated business organization, the UBO. And I actually have a 96-page trust that I helped establish for somebody that protects their business. One of the biggest trusts I've ever worked on. And we have Declaration of Research Facts regarding Common Law Trust from the Library of Congress. I'll read fact number 3. It says the pure trust has been traced back as far as Plato. Plato used a non-profit trust to finance his university in ancient Greece around the time of 400 BC. There is some evidence that trust might have been used in the Roman Empire as early as 800 BC. Trusts were utilized in Britain at that time in history and are still in use today. Why it's important to understand a true bond or a true trust in commerce is one with your higher power or higher self. I'm going to break down the 10 rules of commerce. This is found on my website as well. If you go to Logs for Success, you go to donkilam.com, Logs for Success. I will put it in the, I will put the URL. I'm about to put it up. I'm going to put the URL in the chat form. It is at donkilam.com, Logs for Success. And the 10 rules of commerce. I think it's important that everybody knows this. So the 10 rules of commerce. You can only control what you create. You can only control what you create. You cannot control what you did not create. You cannot control what you did not create. All commerce is based upon allodial title. All commerce is based upon allodial title. Now, only true title to anything is the manufacturer's statement of origin, the MCO, the MSO. The only true title to anything is the manufacturer's statement of origin. When you register anything, you give up true title. When you register anything, you give up true title. There is no money, just fiat currency and credit. There's no money, just fiat currency and credit. You're operating on the trust. Their trust or somebody's trust, okay? So there's no money, just fiat currency and credit. There is no involuntary servitude. So there's no slavery. There's no such thing as slavery. There's no involuntary servitude. First in line is first in time. First in line is first in time. Do not interfere with commerce. Do not interfere with commerce. And do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power. Do not allow anything to come between you and your higher power. That's the 10 rules of commerce. Law of contract and contract is law. These are things you must remember. I hope y'all write this on your heart's tablet. Duly noted. The business trust organization is a separate legal entity. It's considered a separate legal entity. And there's trust law to break that down. So it's always about trust certificates. So that's what a Federal Reserve note is. I hope this is bringing clarity to you of what a Federal Reserve note is. It's a beneficial interest in a United States trust. And the trust is called In God We. I'll write that down for you so y'all can see it. The name of the Federal Reserve Trust is In God We Trust. This is for the private side. The name of the Federal Reserve Trust is the In God We Trust. And they're handing out beneficial interest certificates. Does this make sense? These are promissory notes. I promise to pay for the United States debt. The United States Corporation is in debt to the In God We Trust. In God We Trust holding assets for the United States Corporation. You're understanding the private side of things. And you have to understand that stuff. Don't worry about it. Worry about your trust now. Figure out how you can still attract the current or currency by utilizing ideas to acquire things within your trust. How to create your own business, generate your own ideas, what we need right now. That's why I said, man, when you start learning about grants and other things and even funding, man, we got to get land, grow your own food because they control food sources. This corporation is not out here for your benefit. They control seeds. They control food sources. This is why I'm here, trying to get you guys to understand this stuff. Because no matter what your status may say, it's still whites only pie. I don't care if you upstate your status is white or not. They're going to use what they see. They still ain't going to let you in them stores. Stuff hits the fan. So we need to get our farms because there's a big window right now. Big window right now. So you got to get in there and get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about messing up, man. You'll fix that later. The first step to get ahead is get started. I'm giving y'all the tools, man. Giving y'all the tools. Y'all take the donation, so that's the first step. You put an investment in yourself so the universe sees that. What goes around comes around. I'm going to make sure you get the game. I'm not here on no BS. I'm not trying to hide nothing from you. I'm saying no get rich scheme, none of that, man. I'm giving y'all the steps. Get in and get it. It's there. Once you get it established, you can go ahead and try to apply for some loans. It don't take 30, 60 days to get your stuff right. And that's everything you got in yourself. You don't need nobody else. Look in the mirror. Holler at me when you get it ready. Then come holler at me. You got it. And look in the mirror. You got this. Tell yourself that daily, man. Listen, it takes 21 days to create a new habit. You got to know that. After 21 days, you're going to believe it. You tell yourself what it is, 21 days, you're going to believe it. And you'll start acting like that. Then your actions will start to do those things. Whoever the spirit is, the mind follows. Wherever the mind is, the body follows. You got to remember that. If I'm in a barbershop every day, I'm going to get a haircut. Ain't no way around it. Birds with a feather flock together. That's what it is. Yeah, y'all got to get in there and get this, man. But like I said, I like Florida right now. It takes about, once they receive your information, it takes about 4 days for them to put it on the public side. About 4 to 5 day turnaround. But I like Florida. And then if you have that information already established in Florida, if you come down here on the personal credit side, 575 credit score, you can get a mortgage on a house regardless. And then put it in the trust. If you have your trust name, just put trust after your name. They can't do nothing. They ain't gonna be able to take it from you. I'm not trying to teach y'all to Debo people or nothing, man. I'm just trying to show y'all how to get it real quick, man. But focus on acquiring this business credit and being honorable with that, man. If you're honorable with that, 6 months to 12 months, man, you're gonna see life-changing numbers. Numbers people do not make in a lifetime. You know, you utilizing it right, man. You get 50,000 to 75,000 every 30 days. Just keep opening up new credit and working a little system that you figure out. And then when you think you got a business down, so anything that you're good at anyways, you know you can get on YouTube. Just eat, sleep, and shit it. Get books and read. You read 2 books. If you can read 2 books a week for like 90 days, you're already doing better than people out there. That's already calling themselves gurus or masters or whatever. Even and you as melanated people, if you have melanin, I'm not trying to pick on the lighter skin because I'm light skinned. You see me, so I'm not trying. You know, we got the complexion for the connection. They're gonna say we light skinned, but since you got the melanin in you, man, to be honest, you don't even have to truly read the full book. Just skim through it. Make sure it hits your eyesight. Put it in front of your face. But do this a lot, so you'll start acquiring the knowledge. If you have books, put it under your pillow, sleep with them. That stuff works. Look through it. But just make sure you're seeing it. And then everything will start to work. But if you listen to the stuff, if there's stuff that you like and you fall asleep to it, because this was a problem with me. I couldn't get through a lot of the boring stuff, but you know the boring stuff is where the good stuff is. Just listen to it while you sleep. Put your earbuds in, something. Just listen to it while you sleep. Invest that $15 a month in YouTube Premium so you don't have to listen to them ads, because them ads program you too. Don't want to be consumed with ads and junk. And then make sure you get that alone time by yourself. But read through this document that I'm giving you, this unincorporated business trust. But you do have to create minute sheets. You do have to keep receipts. And once you have this is how, like, if you do decide to do the private side and utilize the OID process, everything is going back to your business trust. You're operating on behalf of the trust that you're an actual live person, though. You're actually doing exactly what they're doing. You know, they would file a 1099-A on your stuff. You file it. You file it because the name that they created with the Social Security card, the Social Security number, that's not your trust. Now you have your own trust. They have their own trust. And then their trust requires your social trust. I hope this makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Check this out. There's the United States Trust, or we'll say you're in the state of Missouri. So you're in the state of Missouri. That's a trust corporation. State of Missouri is a trust corporation. Their trust is the Constitution. They have the state Constitution trust. This is what incorporates them. And then, you know, the bigger trust is the United States Constitution, but they're in debt to that. You know, because there's no money. There's no more funding. They signed up all the rights of the trust. What really happened. But when you sign over all your rights, you sign over your rights to the Missouri Trust if you're living in Missouri. Just using Missouri as an example. So any paperwork I sign, I'm signing up because I'm acting as a beneficiary or a trustee or even an exchanger, like this one over exchanger. I'm acting as an exchanger for the Social Security Trust that they created for us with the birth certificate. And yeah, everybody, I will be sending all the files to you guys with the link to the video. So they put it up on a YouTube video. I'm going to send it. I just haven't had time to send everybody emails. I know you guys didn't get the emails from last week, so I'm going to resend them. Yeah, so just understand that everything is a trust corporation. Once you start learning how to operate your own business and your own trust, this is going to make sense for the private side. You see what they're doing. But just remember, anytime you use that capitalized name with the social, that's a trust they established. But when you create that name and trademark it, they can no longer use it without your permission. Trademark it, that's copyright infringement, there's all types of things. And they will stop. They will stop. Everything's a tax issue. Also what I'd like to add too, so sometimes when you create this business bank account, sometimes you need to create your own corporate seal. I mean, it's just something you can learn how to create your own logo or seals. Just look up seals and logos. Another PDF that I had gave you guys is what is an unincorporated business trust and what are the advantages. So some people call them a UBOT. So what a UBOT is an organization created and managed by trustees for the benefit and profit of beneficiaries who hold or may acquire transferable trust certificates. Trust certificates provide individual holders evidence or interest in the trust estate, assets, or income. So within the In God We Trust, like I said, the Federal Reserve notes are just trust certificates to offset debt. Not only is everything in the supposed to be in the United States Trust, you are too. Everything that you see, everything that you buy, everything that you eat, everything. A UBOT is a powerful entity by which individuals may combine the resource to operate a business for profit without the inherent liabilities of a partnership or the double taxation of corporations. A UBOT can preserve privacy, protect assets against judgments and lawsuits. They're often called a common law trust, but this phrase is not descriptive of any of the characteristics of such organizations. The basis for the terminology common law trust is that they are created under the common law of contracts, and it does not depend upon any statute for its existence. See the United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1, the right to contract. The UBOT brought into being by two basic documents, a declaration of trust and a trust indenture. These two documents make all the provisions of who is responsible for what, relative to the trust activities. A great way to avoid tax liabilities of a business or trust transactions until money or assets are distributed to the beneficiaries. So once it's distributed to the beneficiaries, it can be liable for so-called tax, which we make the beneficiaries our kids. I mean, that's just what we do. But we can exchange things within the corporations. Like I said, we can exchange things from the tax and the corporation because the trust is established to be a holding company for the corporation. Since the trust indenture is a contract between the creator and the trustee, the indenture controls the activities, powers, and responsibilities of those who administer the trust. No one has legal authority to change its provisions except those so authorized by the indenture. So, the guarantor, that's the creator, they establish and bring into existence the trust, which is created with a trust indenture and a declaration of trust. And this is created for the trustees. And the trustees can act on behalf of the beneficiaries, and the beneficiaries hold the trust certificates. You can't be the creator and beneficiary, but you can make a corporation the trustee. Which makes sense. Now, the exchanger can issue certificates from the trust to the beneficiaries, and the exchanger can also accept additional property into the trust. So the keywords right here will be the creator, the guarantor. We would have the trust indenture, the declaration of trust, the trustees. We would have the beneficiaries, and then we would have the exchanger. So parties and the roles in the unincorporated business trust. How many people at the minimum do I need to create a trust, and what are the roles? So we have the creator, the guarantor. There's the creator. That's the person by whom a grant is made, a transferor of the property. The creator of a trust is usually designated as the grantor of the trust. We have the trustees, a person or one of a group of persons appointed to manage the affairs of an individual, institution, business, etc. A person who holds property in trust for another. We have the beneficiaries, one who benefits from acts of another. One for those who benefit a trust exists. A person who receives or is named to receive money or property from the trust. The exchanger. Whenever you or another party wants to transfer any property into the trust organization in exchange for certificates, you take on the role of exchanger. So the benefits of an unincorporated business trust. What are the benefits and drawbacks? The benefits are privacy, limited liability, it's not subject to court, not subject to probate, there's no state or inheritance taxes, it minimizes or avoids income taxes, it maximizes depreciation, it reduces capital gains tax, and it's a separate investment program. Now the drawbacks are when you create a revocable trust, which subjects the trust to all the opposite benefits stated above. Properly put into an irrevocable trust is just that, irrevocable, no takebacks. Benefits outweigh any drawbacks to establishing a trust fund. 9 aspects of the trust. UBOT is formed by contract between the parties setting forth the purpose, terms, and conditions. A UBOT is a legal entity and an artificial individual with rights almost equal to a natural person, able to own property and conduct business like a natural person. It is irrevocable and no one has any rights to its assets. The assets are owned and its business activities managed by the trustees who accept such responsibility as fiduciaries on behalf of the beneficiaries. The beneficial interests are divided into capital units, evidenced by the issuance of trust certificates conveying to the holder the limited rights to receive their pro-rata share of any distributions of income or assets that may be made by the trustee. The capital units are personal property which conveys neither legal title to the property nor any voice in the management of the business or the selection of the trustees. The trust is subject to taxation on its when it distributes net income. The beneficiaries are only taxed on what they receive. The assets of the trust are never subject to probate or estate tax because an artificial person, it never dies. The capital unit becomes void upon the death of the holder and thus have no value to be subject to estate tax or probate. The life of the trust can be extended as deemed advisable or terminated at any time by the trustee in accordance with the trust indenture or a contract. It goes on to go on about statutory trust and constitutional trust, the difference between them in more court cases. Right and wrong way trust procedures. Basically what we're doing is protecting our assets from taxes and where people can't get into it. It shows you how to put your motor vehicle in the name of the trust, so you no longer have to put taxes. It shows you how to put life insurance in the trust. It shows you how to put stocks and securities in the trust, in the name of the trust, and all other personal properties in the name of the trust, including guns. When you put a firearm in a trust, you can put it in a lockbox too, and put the lockbox in the same name as the trust. Just put the list of valuables that you put in the lockbox. It's all puts it in personal property, personal trust property. This document breaks that down. There's 9 pages, that one. The last one was like 42 pages. I hope this stuff's making sense for y'all. I'm doing my best for it to make sense. And then again, I showed you a picture of a stock certificate, and I'm gonna pull up how you would go through your trust. So once you start to really learn how to utilize your trust, you're gonna want to learn how to hand out these stock certificates, beneficial interest certificates. Once you have real property, real gold, I always get things appraised, so I got it on the record. And in the trust too. Especially if I go in there and see how much money they'll give me for it. Yeah, one is 46 pages and one is 9 pages. So yeah, that shows you how to start operating the trust. The other documents is just showing you on the corporate side, the corporation side, how to build business credit. So on the public side, you're going to want to build business credit with this. Why wouldn't you? I think it's important. You want to know how to build business credit. I got bonds right here. Let's see. I'm not sure where I put these. I got a whole trust. She's been so long since I've used these. I use everything with a minute sheet. I use everything. Gotta keep a minute sheet. I really don't like handing out like real certificates, but it looks official when you do it. You put the money on, you can put your face on it. You do all types of things. The land trust agreement. I'm gonna have to find it, y'all. I'm send this to y'all another day. But I sent you the stock certificate. You can actually create your own. You create your own promissory note with a border. And when you do this, so like when you create bonds like you trust, like the state has to recognize you. I did a bond with you guys have property, I'm gonna send y'all the land trust agreement. It was a good thing to have the business make the purchase and then exchange the property into the trust. Exactly. Because you have it, you already have it set up with the state that it's a trust-owned corporation. So there's not going to be no, it's not up for discussion. Like, the Secretary of State already knows. That was a good question. Yeah, I put everything in the corporation name. So when you get your car registered, put it in the corporation name. Go ahead and register in the corporation name. You don't have to pay taxes. Just send them evidence of the trust. Or trust declaration. Because the Secretary of State opened it up already. That the archive name is video. We talking about the C Corp. Everything I'm talking about is a C Corp. I'm talking about setting up your trust, and it's going to show up as a C corporation when you set up as a family trust on the other side. Looking for these certificates for you guys, but I'm not finding them right now. If y'all seen the I want to send y'all this. What? That's what it is. Let me send this. Y'all can match this. Y'all can just exchange it, change it. I don't want to give y'all that one. I don't want y'all trying to send stuff to garbage. These certificates that I'm looking for, you want to give them to your beneficiaries. Might have to wait for the next week. Alright, I found some. Independent contractors, with trust assessors, Schedule A assets. People can resign from the trust as well. Like they have to give a resignation letter. That makes sense. This is why people have to give letters to resign. You ain't showing up. If you want me to be able to say. My apologies. Yesterday brought this stuff up. But you do need a certificate. But I need you guys to see it. Give it to you guys. Everybody will be lost if they don't. If I don't find it. You say UBO. It's a bill of exchange. I found it. I found it. Sorry for the wait, guys. I'm gonna go over it with you guys too. I'm putting it in the chat box right now. Yeah, as a newbie, it's a step-by-step guide. I mean, I'm giving it to you in this class. This is what the class is for. I'm giving you all the templates. You read it. You go to my site, get Passing the Buck Volume 2. I have trust books. You want me to do this for you? You can go to the Malik KILAM Trust Foundation or become a member at donkilam.com. Malik KILAM Trust Foundation.com. Become a private member at donkilam.com. But it's my goal for you guys to know this. I need you to know it. So these are the certificates that we was talking about. Let you know it's a common law trust organization. I did send it in Word format so you can edit it. It showed you the deed of transfer. These are all certificates. Put in the name of your trust. It's at the top. So once you're an active corporation and you start acquiring property, this is it. This is what you hand off to your these are certificates for your trust. Let you know this is how you hand out percentages of your trust. Yeah, Passing the Buck Volume 2 is a trust blueprint book. Well, I hope you guys are looking at his name TCU. I got more. You got notice to the beneficiary. Sometimes you need a banking resolution. You get notice to the beneficiaries. I'm about to give y'all some dope, man. I'm gonna show you how to register the trust certificates under your meeting. You gotta have the first trust meeting as well. Declaration of trust. And the power of attorney. So I'll put more files in. Y'all gotta do y'all's own study. I can't. Do you know how long this class would be if I showed you how to fill in every blank? No, I'm giving y'all the documents right now to change your life. It's gonna change your life. Y'all guys kill me with the extra stuff. Y'all need pictures and everything. It's funny because y'all don't want to read. If you want me to fill this stuff in for you blank by blank by blank, become a member. Go to donkilam.com or drop that bread at Malik KILAM Trust Foundation. Ain't nobody else gonna give you this. I'm giving you everything. And you still want more because you don't want to fill in the blanks for yourself. It's funny. I think it's funny. I don't care if you paid the donation or not. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm giving you everything to create a trust corporation, then build business credit, acquire stuff, and then protect the stuff that you acquired. And in the process, you should be acquiring a trade because there's nothing free. Nothing in life comes free. So you should be utilizing your God-given talent to bring talents in. The talent is money. Well, I gotta keep it real. I'm gonna talk to y'all like y'all my kids, man. If you don't feel like this is worth $100 that you donated to me for this class, then you got issues. That's how I feel, because I know my worth. And this is why I want to stop doing it for our people, because there's our people that don't see value in the stuff that I'm giving. Sorry to pick on you, Destiny Ray, but I'm not. Now, the documents that I gave you, it shows you how the power of attorney. Peace and love to you, Jamaica Armstrong. The power of attorney. There's nothing free in life. It's gonna take your time and energy and a little bit of reading. Sometimes it's gonna take 8 or 9 times, like I said, but you have to put forth the effort. You gotta put forth the effort. And I'm gonna make sure that you get these videos as well. It's out there. When I get the time, I'm going to email it to you guys, I promise. With all the files, once again, to everybody. I'm going to make sure that you get the files. If you can't read, then you're not going to be able to fill this stuff out. Because it's as simple as reading, doing a little bit of study. So, you just want to make sure that the power of attorney, for the most part, is you. Make sure you're the power of attorney. Always make sure it's in my lowercase name. Because when they file this stuff, they're going to see it. Then I gave you the trust declaration because you know it's not a trust. Some people need to see that trust declaration. And the one that I gave you guys is for the irrevocable trust. Everything that I'm giving you is for the irrevocable trust. And the way that's set up is you do not need a notary, but if you want to get it notarized, I just would have somebody that I know as my friend, as a notary. You can find somebody. I promise you, you can find somebody close by. Just keep looking. You don't even have to pour this information on them. And because we went over the different definitions. I know I went kind of fast. But it tells you in trust meaning script, it lets you know who the trustee is. It says the parties. First trustee is you. The second trustee is your best friend or your ally in commerce studies. The third party is stranger. It is not neither the first or second trustees. To keep it simple, you should make the first trustee also be the exchanger. So the sample was physically spoken at the meeting. Calling to order the John Doe Trust. Today is July 18th, 2020. Who is going to take the meeting minutes as secretary today? The handwriter type out the minutes. You know, and the closer all in favor say, I like you really got to keep meeting minutes. So, because that's what they're doing on you. You know, you're like, is there any motions? A motion is to move the board members to do something on behalf of the trust. So when you understand court, that's what they're doing. And you always say you understand. Then we have the minutes of the initial trustee meeting of the John Doe Trust, whatever you want to name. This is wherever the meeting's taking place. Always put your virtual address. You know, this is for the corporation. So I just always utilize, like it doesn't matter where you are, you know? You can bring your corporation with you. Your corporation wherever you go. You reside inside the body. You have to know these things to truly operate like an illuminated trust corporation. You got to know the truth so you can operate in the fiction. Then you got to know the fiction to really appreciate the light. And then you have to sign things that accept you as trustee. You got the second trustee. Then we got the hold harmless agreements. You know, your trust has to have bonds and stuff. This is why it is. We got security agreements. Another hold harmless and indemnity agreement. Got the common law copyright of the name. You got your Schedule A. This is where you put the put all your property in there. You put a legal description, the make, model, the VIN number. This is where, like, I would put the title number of the title of the car. Anytime you put your name in, and just put trust at the end of your name. Anytime you start selling stuff, take that your corporation. Then we got the promissory notes between exchanger and trust. We're going to make sure you guys get all this into your email as well. And then you have to make your own receipts. You're the receiver. See, I can't tell you, somebody asked, my plan is to move to another state. I understand that I should register the corporation in a new state. Would also file the trust in the new state. That's up to you. I really can't tell you. How I've been telling everybody is the cheapest way is Florida. I would fit everything in Florida since it's a virtual address anyways, and you can forward all the mail to you. I would always do everything in Florida because that's how I'm showing everybody, because it's $350 to establish a trust corporation, a family trust corporation in the state of Florida. Any other state's going to cost you a lot of money. Missouri costs $5,000. So this is why I choose Florida, $350. And you can establish it by getting a virtual address in Florida. When I went to put my car in my trust via the DMV, they required commercial insurance or a bond. Yes, you can create your own bond and have it notarized, or go ahead and just get your commercial insurance. Some people do require commercial insurance, and you might as well because it's a corporation already. Or why wouldn't you want corporate commercial insurance? But you can't create your own surety bond off the trust, or even get a bond through a bond corporation. And they'll bond the trust for you, and it's a lot cheaper. Whereas surety bonds for trust or a trust corporation. This can be used as your commercial insurance. And you go to, because some DMVs are going to require this insurance. They look at it as a corporation. Thank you, Savvy, for that, because that's very well true. Yeah, you have to know, so when you get a receipt at a store, that's just a bill of exchange from the debt note that you gave them. I hope this is starting to make sense on the private side. When you go to a store, you get them a promissory note at FRN. They give you the bill of exchange of a receipt. This is receipt that you offset some debt on their trust. So there's a receipt for a real trust, receipt for delivery. Receipt for delivery of property. That's all it is. The delivery details. This is a receipt for delivery of 20 ounces of 999 fine silver, hand delivered to the property on behalf of the trust that was agreed upon under contract as per bill of sale. The silver was delivered in good condition and good faith, is authentic, accepted, and placed into the official custody of the such and such trust, the John Henry Doe Trust. Then you have to, so anytime you register something, you registering it with the trust. You get property, put property in trust, you get a trust certificate. You know, they give you a birth certificate. That's the trust certificate. And they deliver the goods. That's called deliver. This is all shipping terms. Deliver is a shipping term. Says you have to have an EIN with that created trust, right? Not necessarily, but we're operating this trust on the public side as well because it's already public. The way I'm utilizing is utilizing your name as a trust. It's already public. There's a social security number, so they're already utilizing it in commerce. So we would create an EIN, yes, as an irrevocable trust. Yes, we would create an EIN for our irrevocable trust. We're utilizing this in commerce to create business credit. Some banks need the banking resolution. And then this is to help establish a trust account or even for your corporation. The trust given over title when registering with the DMV, no, it's not because it's a private trust already. It's an irrevocable common law trust. So you can never give up title. It's being registered in the title or a corporation. You can put it in a corporation. If the courts try to take it, you would just show them the trust declaration, showing that it's holding assets for the corporation. Or can't take it from the trust. Anytime you show your trust declaration to a court, they back up. Like, this property that belongs to a trust. They can't enter that jurisdiction whatsoever. Got some more trust instructions still. I'll send that in. Now, once all this stuff gets established, then I'm going to show you how to utilize the UCC-1. You have to have a trust established. Then you can utilize the UCC-1. It's a whole different ballgame. So I may touch down a little bit maybe in the next couple weeks. If your phone's echoing, please hit mute, but I'm going to unmute everybody so we can just go over some of the things we already talked about. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Hey, was you guys understanding what I was going over?
Yeah, you just broke that thing down real good.
Right. I just know a lot of people I just know a lot of people come to me because they know I understand the private side. But in order for me to understand the private side, I had to understand their rules. And when you learn how to create your own corporation and your own trust, you can go back in the private side and go fix all your errors. But I'd rather fix my errors with business credit. No?
Right.
So that's just the main thing, man. Get this business credit. So she says, have you heard of a dynasty will? I'm not sure of a dynasty will. I just teach unincorporated business trust and irrevocable trust. And then once you start understanding stuff, you can implement if you realize any of the statutory trust, just make sure it has a 643D IRS code embedded in the trust. And this is going to keep you tax deferred regardless. Just as long as you reinvest the tax liability into the trust. Tax for 21 years if it has to utilize tax. And that's even when the beneficiaries pull from the trust. Because really you're setting up your business for the benefit of your kids. So when your kids are the age of majority, they can go ahead and pull whatever they want out the trust.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So the reason I was asking about a dynasty bill is like, you know, when you die and all.
Cutting in and out.
Huh?
Cutting in and out.
Okay. I was saying that I was talking about the dynasty will probate instead of come on and then
yeah, I'm not hearing you. Y'all, if y'all hearing her, let me know what you're saying.
Can you hear me?
Little bit, like it's low.
I can hear.
I dialed in, that's why.
Tell us.
You're fresh. You just started getting balls on your
People might have to
Yeah. I might have to mute. Like I'm trying to take. I'm doing Q&As, man, but
I mean, I had a question, but my question really was for on my declaration of status paperwork.
all right, what's up?
Basically, what I needed, I just needed confirmation because, where is it? Right here. All right. Because of my birth certificate, my mother, she got amended because of my name, and they still spelled it incorrectly. But I should still put the original date or the amended date?
Yeah, you can put whatever you want as long as you got the right file number on there.
You bet. And
you
then,
know what I'm saying? This is your document, really.
Okay. Okay, all right. And then what part was it? So the main part that I didn't fill out, and this is the only part that I need to do to finish it, was when it says your state health authority, public health division. So I didn't know which one I should really type because it says Department of State Health Services Vital Statistic Unit, and then it says Department of Health.
I do the vital statistics.
Okay, so just do this. Okay, I'm gonna put that there and all of them parts right there. All right, but yeah, that's all I need to really help.
No. So that's how long you been working on that?
Probably for like, let me see, probably for like 3 days, 4 days.
All right, and did you skim through it, or you understanding it?
Oh yeah, I understand every single part. Cause I mean, I already had cause you remember I told you I was watching the Thousand Doc. I already put my zone like on the record.
You said Thousand Doc?
Yeah, but my stuff like it's in like different verbatim. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really understand this a lot more. I ain't saying,
so,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that status correction will help you understand how to utilize your straw man name.
Right, exactly. So with this, I wasn't doing all of this. So like I only put them couple documents on the record. So now and I ain't doing like this.
But to show you're not bankrupt.
Right.
You're a friend of the United States Corporation.
Right.
You know, you revoke all powers of attorney.
Cause I'm up to which part am I up to? My camera right quick. Let me flip my camera. Alright, so this is where I'm at with it. So I done did.
Hey, I respect you. I respect you for that.
I got all my zones over here. So you see, I done put all my zones.
So read that out loud. Will you read that out loud for me?
Okay, but I got.
No, just the title. Just the title.
Declaration of Recession of Surety.
What's that mean to you?
The recession of surety, that's basically it revoked like my signature.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel me?
Because they're attaching you as the property, as the surety.
Right.
Your body. Yes. Hey, man, I'm glad you understand. Now, if I would have filled that out for you, do you think you would have understood that?
Hell no. That's why I wanted to do it. You feel me? I just want to make sure I'm inputting the right information so when I keep going over it. Because I'm just like I told my man, I said, you want to put it on the record and then sit down and just read it all day and make sure you understand what you just put. You feel me? Like, what?
Right. Hey,
like, I need that
I'm a man. I'm a man before anything. So, you know, no homo, but I salute you, King. I salute you.
Appreciate it. Man,
hey,
bro.
Hey, I'm so proud. If ain't nobody proud of you, I'm proud of you. I salute you. That made me feel so great that you're filling that out.
Yeah, man. I'm almost finished. That's why I said, see, that's all I need to do is just make sure I put in the right part because, you know, on the declaration, it asks you that part, asks you that question a lot of times. So I was like, okay, before I just I put everything out. So like, as soon as I come get that verification from you, I was like, okay, but yeah, now I know what to do. I ain't got time to play with these people.
I know that's right.
Hey,
man, you talking about I'm the GOAT. You are what you recognize. Just know that.
Let's go.
Hey, now Fred said, is the private irrevocable trust the best way to claim a child's name? Now, I say the best way to child a child's name is creating a DBA as the child's name under your corporation. Because a parent is a parent who rents, and a child is property of the corporation.
Okay, so a DBA.
Created.
So do a DBA under your corporation. Your corporation owns the DBA. But the DBA is going to be the child's name. First, middle, last.
Okay.
So remember this. Parent is a parent who rents, so this is a parent corporation. A child is property of a corporation. So the DBA is owned by your corporation. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Does this answer your question, Fred? So either way, it would be under your irrevocable trust because your name is set up as a C Corp. And the C Corp is going to own that child's name, which would be a DBA.
I get it
100%.
Yeah. He said, gotcha, DBA under my corporation, so like Daddy Inc. owns DBA's son. Exactly. That's exactly how it is now. You would have to get so for the DBA, you would have to get another EIN number and other virtual address, the same thing as you did for your C corporation.
Okay.
You want to build business credit on the DBA.
Right. Make it like a call.
You gotta register that DBA.
Right. Trust fund baby.
Yes, that's your trust fund, baby. Exactly. That's that Don Trip right there.
Yeah. Man, peace to the king, man. Peace to
you know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. Right.
He says, hey, Don, I completed the court documents and sent them in. What happens next after I get the green card back? You're good to go. Everything is registered with them. You're good to go. Your private status, do not detain, all of that.
As a matter of fact, I got what's on there. So on my declaration of status, I can put my flags right there.
Yeah, put your own flags on there, man. Now, here's what I would do though. I always put, after you get it notarized, put a 2 stamp or a $1 stamp, make sure it has a value and sign to it on the front. Then on the back, sign it and date it and put all rights reserved without prejudice. You sign it like a check.
All right. Jesus, sign like a check. So then that'll be considered what? How do I do that?
What was that?
So then, I mean, once I do that, then that'll be considered, I'll be doing what?
No, that just shows that, because you know one side's public, the other side's private. The back side's private. That's where all the CUSIP numbers and stuff go. You can't put nothing right here because I signed in data, all rights reserved without prejudice. And I am putting NBA on the never broken again. You heard me?
Right. Okay.
And he's right.
I'm trying to tell y'all, hey, listen, man, I'm just trying to be honest, man. Hip hop saved my life. It was hip hop, man. So praise to the gods, praise to the kings, man.
No question. Oh man, you just sized my whole day. Let's go. I'm about to get the seal.
I would just refile everything. They said they filed previous stuff. I would just refile everything. Put non-content on it. That means beginning of time. forevermore. There's no such thing as time. Just remember that.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
If the pyramids are still standing, you're still in power.
What?
Pyramids outlasted plenty of buildings. You hear me? So if they still standing, that means you're still in power. Just remember that.
I had
But yeah, I need y'all to dissect this a little bit, man. Like I said, make sure y'all getting a little fresh air, walking in nature, man, even if it's 10, 15 minutes. I don't care what you eat, man, but don't eat no pork.
For sure. No
pork. Limit your carbonation intake. Don't drink too much soda.
Big water.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water. I've been drinking Gatorade, though, lately.
Yeah.
No, I do bad things, but know your vices and know how to make your shadow serve you.
Right.
You know, you should have a shadow, but how I look at my shadow is if I feel like if I get caught doing this, then I'm still going to be all right. And so that's how I do my shadows. I mean, I understand, like, there's some bad stuff y'all do, you know. If you block it off completely, it's going to filter through something else. So you just live one day at a time, learn how to stay grounded, learn how to be one with your higher power, and just take a little time to yourself and try to get in the silence, because that's where your ideas come. Tell yourself every day that you're one idea away from becoming a multi-millionaire or a trillionaire, because you don't even know your worth, man. You can't put it in numbers. Shoot for the moon. If you fail, you will land among the stars. You have to remember this. Dream big. Dream as big as you can possibly see. Try to see it in your mind's eye. Try to see it in your head.
Yeah.
People are asking, what happens with the promissory note in the court case? I'm confused about using the post road with the address. But, man, we're not really talking about addresses today. But the address that you use is the public address. But if you're operating under a trust, you don't have to worry about it. What happens with the promissory note in the court case? We're not going to talk about court case today. If you need personal coaching, please go to donkilam.com, DONKILAM.com. I don't want to confuse everybody today. Talking about trust. Talking about the status. You got to understand trust in order to understand the private trust. Everybody's operating under trust. Everybody. Much peace and love. Same time next week, man. We're going to go ahead and do a 5-week course because there's 5 weeks in this. What is today? I don't even know the day. Wednesday. There's 5 Wednesdays in July, so we'll do 5 classes. The last Wednesday, we'll just do all questions and answers.
I bet.
Yeah, man. So get them ready. Email them to me, and I will get sessions and files emailed to everybody.
But I'm coming to the Atlanta event.
All right, man. Much love. I'm gonna be there. So listen, we're looking at. We're probably gonna get a mansion or something, man. Cause this hotel's tripping. You know what I mean? If you got smoke, bring it. You hear me? Yeah. Man, much peace and love, man. I'll see y'all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace and love.
Peace and love.